Alright, so let's take a look at how this falls out. The drawSprite function is given a string representing the name of the loose asset that we'd like to draw. In order to draw it on the screen, the first thing we have to do is iterate through all of the sprite sheets that have already been loaded and determine whether or not this sprite name exists on that sprite sheet. Now, to make this a little bit easier, we've actually abstracted out and created a new getStats object on our sprite sheet. The getStats function will effectively take in a name and walk through all of the sprites for this sheet to determine whether or not this sprite with that name exists on this sheet. If so, it'll go ahead and return the sprite information. If not, we'll return null. Passing it the sprite information from the sheet itself, as well as the position X and position Y, passing it through. Now, drawSprite internal is where all the magic happens. First, we start at the top of it by defining a few sanity checks to make sure that someone else in the codebase isn't calling this function with improper data. Next, what we do is actually create a nice little variable that holds off the center X and center Y translation value that we defined when we were loading our asset. Next, we go to our version of drawImage that has all the fancy parameters. From here, we define the source X, Y, width, and height values passed to us directly from the sprite object that was defined from our JSON Atlas definition. The next two values is where we want to draw this sprite to on the destination canvas. And that's going to equal to the position X that we've been given by the calling function, as well as half X and half Y, so that we can actually put the center of the sprite at the location that we're interested in drawing in, as opposed to the top left corner. And as we said before, the destination width and height should be equal to our source width and height in the sprite atlas.